Welcome to, well, an evening episode, I guess. Saturday evening it is. I wanted to have a look into how the season went and what we'll do for next season. Maybe we can make some management decisions and go on with this. So this will probably not include a single match, and I do not think we will skip through the entirety of the off season. So this is absolutely nothing from an excitement perspective. That's it. We will go through data, most likely. And, well, at least that's the intent. So, looking at player stats. I'm lost already. Well, let's maybe have a look at the individual players' performances, first and foremost. So, if we look at the entirety of the season, Simon Owen made quite a few appearances. He conceded more than once per game. That's not good. Actually, minutes on the pitch per goal conceded says 74, yes. So more than once per game. If this were higher than 90, I would be somewhat relieved, but for now, that's not good. Let's have a look at the development too. That's not negative development. We brought him in July, so he's been with us for more or less an entire season now. There's 2 months missing, but there will be nothing in there. Most notably, he got a little bit better with the reflexes and the kicking and stuff. It's not by much though. On the other hand, decision making went up a little bit, so I'm somewhat happy with that. And I like about him that he has no really notable weaknesses. Welcome back to the stream, sir. Hope you have a good time. So, I have a hard time coming up with reasoning that would kick him from the squad, for example. I'm not so sure if that's a good idea. He's considered to be a fringe player. I think he will not develop much. But on the other hand, he's a good personality, he's a good influence on the remainder of the squad. I do not think drastic changes are needed here. Maybe somebody with better media handling style would be an idea. But, well, professional players are hard to come by, in particular in Indonesia. He still has contract until the end of the year. Okay, so I guess the potential is displayed in your UI? Well. I don't know about the potential of my players. It kind of takes the fun out of the game for me. But I can certainly see why you would want to see that, so I don't know. There's also UIs with that display adaptability and stuff. I'm always a bit confused by that. Alright. So Malik will leave. We'll go through them, skipping through them, I guess. So my question for Simon Owen is not so much is he good enough, because the answer is no. But on a scale of A to E, I would probably rate him with a D or with a C. Because he is fine for the squad overall, and he has some potential in him to develop into a box standard squad member. And that's fine. I do not necessarily need a world-beating goalkeeper all the time. Well, preferably, obviously, I would want a better goalkeeper, but these are hard to come by here in Indonesia. So I think he's okay. In particular, he has good aerial reach, command of area, and communication. Also, handling is fine, and the positioning and the concentration. So he's more or less without really obvious, blatant weaknesses. And he still has years to go, so assuming he gets some experience throughout his career, he might just make it to 10 everybody or something, 10 everywhere or something, and that's totally okay. Alright. So, I don't see much of a problem playing him in the future. A similar argument can be made for Wazir Wahab. That said, his attributes are all over the place. I just like the personality. But I don't care much. He's 22 years old. We signed him as a replacement for Owen. He trains well. He might be okay once he appears on the pitch. He might not be. We barely gave him any time to develop, so whatever. Let him have some time. And then maybe once command of area and the reflexes and all that stuff improves a little bit, maybe he stands a chance to make it into the first team. But whilst I have my doubts about him, I don't want to get rid of him. He's cheap. So that's totally fine with me. Simon Owen is not that cheap. But, you know, he's considered a backup member right now. I don't think that will persist. He played more or less as a first team goalkeeper. Maybe we could give him a new contract and change his squad status, but I don't know. For now, that's fine. And then there's Chris Karev. I don't think we need to change much here. He's an under-21 international goalkeeper for Indonesia. Well, under 20, apparently. He has his obvious weaknesses. We're working on him. But given that he's 16-year-old, I don't expect much from him. There's also a mentoring group consisting out of these three. So the intent is to basically turn them into Simon Owen from a personality perspective. That's not the best personality within the squad, but it's probably one of the better ones. So on the goalkeeper position, I have a hard time finding a purpose for a transfer. We could argue that Wahab might need to play somewhere, so maybe loan him out, and bring in an old one, for example. That wouldn't be a bad idea. His personality is fine after all. So maybe we can find an old goalkeeper that can replace Wahab, and we can loan him, for example, to the second league team. But as you can see, we barely know anyone. And those that we know of are on the younger side. So loanees are always an idea. None of them has really great personality though. Don't want to disrupt the mentoring group. So, I don't know. Doesn't look like this is worthwhile. There's a 34-year-old. He might be fine. Damn expensive though. I don't know. It doesn't look like this has priority to me. Okay. Next position. So this is the position of Abdullah and Malik. And that by itself is enough of a statement to be concerned, I think. Abdullah, throughout the season, well, he made 5 appearances apparently. I'm not sure if that's correct. Apparently he made 5 league appearances, 6 in the cup. The average rating doesn't look that impressive. To be fair, he arrived in the middle of the season, so it's not like he had a full season going for him. I'm not really sure about his potential, to be honest. There's barely any progress with him. And now he's also gotten injured. And this is a major injury, causes wear and tear. That's never good. At the age of 24 in particular. That's dangerous. I do like him as some sort of a backup member, which he is, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the agreed playing time is French player, so I don't know. He will probably not complain much. He's also fairly pro, so good influence on the rest of the squad. We do not necessarily need to get rid of him. I think he's also part of a mentoring group, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. He heads the big mentoring group, fairly pro no trades. So he's kind of important from that perspective. Well, obviously I would prefer somebody to head that mentoring group that has more influence on the players, but what can you do? overall, probably too expensive to keep around as a backup, but his flexibility is a plus. So I will probably not try to get rid of him immediately. He will remain one of the bench players, most likely. So if he's the backup in the squad planner, if I can find back to the squad planner, Malik will leave. Not a chance. He was a regular starter for us. In fact, he was a first team player as far as I'm aware. And if I look at this, it says he was alright in the cup, and he was, well, tolerable in League One. It's not like we stand a chance of keeping him here anyway. He's too expensive and his wage is too high, if I'm not mistaken. It is not. But, yeah, he's under contract with them, so we would need to loan him out again. Probably pay for him. He's susceptible to injuries, so not a good transfer by any stretch of the imagination. We need a right back. And we need a right back, preferably that's better than Malik. The thing is, Malik was very well rounded. And that's hard to come by. On the other hand, we saw time and time again people overrunning Malik. So there was a problem there. There's damn loud children outside. Let me go for a minor, tiny break. I will be right back. Alright, here we go. I close the windows. So, where was I? In case of Malik, it's mostly down to the pace. He's also very susceptible to injury, but it's mostly down to the pace that we got overrun from time to time on his side, at least as far as I can remember. So we conceded a lot of goals from that area, not as much as from the left, I think, but, well, stats might elude me right now. But I think it's a fair assessment to consider him as some sort of a okay-ish right back for this season, but we need an improvement. The thing is, the improvement will probably be with better physicals and with worse rest of it. So, we have a problem there. I really just want a box standard squad member there who has some skill, and preferably for not more than 500 euros a week. So, I don't know, squad player, not world-beating star player here. Is there somebody around that might fit that description? Well, there's also youth players behind him, but, well, you know, we are looking for somebody to replace him anyway. And the youth players behind him are not that good. We might as well look at them first. There's Tigger Yusuf. We bought him because we thought, well, with some time on the pitch, maybe he can develop. The thing is, he didn't get the time on the pitch. And given his current level, I think he's probably destined to be loaned out instead. It's not like I don't trust him to develop at all. He might. Not necessarily being sure about that, but there's a lot of attributes that need to improve somewhat. So he needs playing time. There's an affiliate club that might take him in. I like the personality overall, so not a case for a sale. And I do like the fact that he's rather cheap. That is basically the same with Suleiman. Just that Suleiman is even worse. But I also think we can loan him out. In his case, he's outspoken and balanced, so his personality needs to change. Quite unsurprisingly, he's within the mentoring group here, and apparently he gets influenced by the rest a lot. So maybe that will change in the future. Not one for the first team though, so we could use one right back, preferably two, because I'm not exactly counting on Abdullah. On the other hand, well, we need one fullback or one wingback on the right. So we're looking for one. First and foremost, let's ask the director of football, won't we? That's a few guys. How about a free transfer on the right back position? Nobody comes up. End of contract. There's one. And on loan? Nobody. Alright. So, Mario Chardel coming up. He's faster. I'll give him that. Also at the end of his contract. And knocking the ball past the opponent with 1 to 3 points of dribbling is probably not a bad idea. So, assuming we play him in some sort of defensive setup as a wingback on defend, that's not the worst idea ever, right? He is really tiny though. On the other hand, he's a bit faster than Malik, so I guess that wouldn't be the worst idea. Where's Malik? Here he is. Yeah. So it certainly shows. He's faster. We're not exactly sure about the details of the attributes though. And he's wanted by Barry Duputra at the end of his contract, so might not go down well. I would love to have another scouting report on this guy though. That said, signing a right back from our local rivals is probably not the politically most sensible idea. Mauricio is a Brazilian, so yeah. On a bare 6,000 euros per week, I have no idea why this guy comes up. He will probably be way better than everything we got, and we don't want to pay him. Same here. Same here. So these are, well, transfers the director of football streaming of. Why ever that is. It's more likely that we will need to find somebody in Indonesia though. There's also options to be bought. Yeah, he's listed for 0 euros. This guy, for example, comes from League 2. He's friggin' slow though, so that's not a good idea, is it? No, it is not. Apparently he is an excellent signing for the team. I don't know why though. Doesn't make much sense. His physicals are so bad. So probably not. There's a League 1 team here. Persip. That have a guy named Sapuro. He is a little bit faster, not by much. And the problem with him is the dribbling on the off-the-ball movement, but overall, he kind of resembles Malik. His contract runs out, so we would have a chance of signing him. He is considered to be cheap. I think we had a look at him earlier and tried to sign him, and well, we couldn't agree on 10 or 20 euros, I think. No, on contract length, it was. He wanted a short-term contract, I wanted a long-term contract. He's also not very consistent. I don't like his personality. That said, in comparison to Malik, if he's still around, yeah. In comparison to Malik, this is more or less a wash. Well, he's cheaper than Malik, so I guess that's a plus. He comes with a trait though, knocks ball past the opponent. Not sure if that fits his overall profile. So for that money, yeah, I would take him in, but he's not exactly for the first team, is he? No, he might be if we don't find anyone else. This guy asked to leave because he wants his playing time, and he's transfer listed for 9.5k. He's unambitious though. Stays back at all times. The pace is okay, but I have big question marks with respect to the technicals. And also the off-the-ball movement is one, so this guy, I don't know, he might have potential, but I don't see him realizing it with us. Putra, unambitious and dives into tackles, so diving into tackles is not a bad thing, necessarily. Being unambitious though, and well, this is not the level we're looking for, is it? And then, well, things are getting thin pretty fast. There's like players in League 4 and stuff. Whatever. I guess we can, for example, look at him. We have no idea about him yet. Compensation says 0. We don't know about the personality. He did not play for PSM in League 1 this season. They went down. So the assumption is he's worse. Acceleration's certainly bad. Pace might turn out to be a 9 or a 10. Who knows? Dribbling is okay-ish. His heading is fine, but that's not what we're looking for in a fullback. Well, fine. I guess it doesn't hurt. Overall, this doesn't look like a reasonable transfer. Also, he's got contract. We can scout him for another week. Maybe we will find out that he's somewhat tolerable, but I don't think so. It's unlikely. He's rated F right now. Early signs of a last resort signing. Who knows? Maybe they're wrong. And then there's all of these guys. I guess one of them might turn out to be okay. I don't think so too. Yeah, though. Which leaves us with the problem of a right back. So that's missing. Next. Well, in center back, I'm quite happy with Halim, and I'm also quite happy with Haryanto. Even though he's only a backup member, if we look at the performances overall, 6.86 for somebody that was signed as a backup is totally fine. I would prefer somebody to have a 7-point-something performance here, overall in aggregate throughout the seasons. But he has some things going for him. He's, I wouldn't say well-rounded just yet, given his composure is 4, but he has most of what he needs as a central defender, and it shows. If we look at the stats here, his average rating in the league has been a little bit better than in the cup. And, well, as a priority, his one appearance in the Piala Presiden Indonesia, so the first cup, that hasn't been good. His passing's rubbish, but he just passes the ball around anyway in the back. So I do not expect long passes from him or something. In fact, I would be totally fine if he played short, simple passes. And that's probably something to learn on him at some point. Don't want to put it onto the training workload just yet, though. Overall, I'm okay with him. His pace and acceleration are a bit low, though. And, well, Halim was signed for the first team. At first glance, he looked like he might not be good enough once he signed for us. But, well, looking at the progress and also the performances throughout the season, so progress is fine. How old is he? 23, 24? 23. So I think I will remain with the perspective and the opinion that his progress overall is fine. It's not great, but it's okay. So I guess I can keep him from that perspective. Well, composure could do with some improvement, positioning could do with some improvement, but this is a level that I'm willing to deal with. Also, he has been determined to be the best header, apparently in some of the free kick situations. That's just due to jumping reach, I think. So assuming we get his heading up to 9 or 10, he might actually be a goal-scoring threat too. Can we see this in the stats? Well, he didn't score a single goal, but the overall stats are really encouraging, aren't they? So the rating is totally okay. It's not that impressive, but paired with another partner that maybe is a little bit better than Haryanto, or just paired with somebody that can replace Haryanto from time to time, that would be okay. So no reason to doubt Halim, other than maybe the personality and, well, he's damn expensive, right? So negotiating that down to a degree would be perfect. I do not think that will happen though. We might try. Yeah. So much for that. So his medical report is also rather encouraging. He just needs some time to rest from time to time. Yeah, maybe some additional, I don't know, stamina and work rate are decent. But he seems to run around the pitch a lot and work a lot, and it shows in performances. But, well, he does run with the ball rarely, so I guess he does it without the ball. Rolder. I'm not sure if I want to renegotiate his contract. I guess we need to. So let's try to ask. He wants between 800 and 1.1k. So I guess we'll agree with this. I will probably decline the no-nonsense center back role. Star player, no problem. So let's offer a contract here. I do not want to play him as a no-nonsense center back though. And maybe go down to important player. On the other hand, can we give him something? Nah, not really. So let's try this. That's fine. And given that there are no other clubs interested right now, I don't think we need to worry much. He wants a guaranteed playing time in his preferred role, but he will play as a central defender. We cannot give him that. I don't want to play him as a no-nonsense center back. And important player allows me to rotate other players into his position on rare occasions. He wants 1k per week now. Okay, so he's sitting at 775 right now. A little increase wouldn't hurt. Not that I want to spend the money, but if that gives us another year of contract, that's okay. We can certainly use him until 25, 26, 27, as long as he doesn't decline. He doesn't fit into the core social group, but he is a good League One player, so we will need to keep him. So what were his demands? His demands are a loyalty bonus of 4.2k. He wants 1k per week, and this is a very long contract, so I'm very happy to have that. We just need to reduce the base wage. Given that he wants a long contract, this is totally fine. I feared he might not intend to have a long contract. So no problem. Yeah. I'm happy to have a bonus paid to him, for example, of 2k, if he is named in the league team of the year. That's just a case of hedging, so I'm okay with this. Let's go down to 800 here for starters. Put the entry fee down to 4. Reduce the loyalty bonus a little bit. That would be stretched out over 3 years though, so not much of a problem. The appearance fee, 200 euros, why not? Clean sheet bonus of 150, definitely. I will also slap in a goal bonus and an assist bonus of 150 each, because we reduced the base wage. He can have performance fees, no problem. And this somewhat hedges for him being hurt. It's unlikely that it happens, but you know, better to do it than to leave it out. How is he? Very best deal for himself and his client, okay. Let's also add a clause that extends the contract. After 15 league caps in the final season, that is 34 though. We might not make it until there. He says it's disappointing. So the automatic extension clause is not included here. 1k is not good enough. He wants the requested wage. So I guess we need to go towards the middle. Give him 850. All of these bonuses are still fine. He can have a little bit of a bigger loyalty bonus, but it barely makes a difference. It's just different budgets. One is the wage budget, the other is the transfer budget, if I'm not mistaken. So something like this would still imply 1k per week. It makes him a very well paid player, but he certainly deserves that. I would also maybe add a bonus. How many league games did he have so far? He's probably sitting at 29. 27. So that doesn't make a difference here. I was hoping we could maybe stagger the wage somewhat, but we can't. Well, goal bonus and assist bonus will not be something he cares about. Maybe it's easy to if it's easy to achieve. So say it's about 5 goals and assists. And we make it another 1k. Let's make this 10. Something like this. Oh. That went far smoother than I anticipated. Okay. So maybe we can reduce the loyalty bonus here. Not by much though. But having them around for longer than at the end of 32 is probably a good idea. I have my problems with the personality though, but whatever. There's a balanced player in our squad. That's not that horrible, is it? Okay. Apparently the agent wants money too. So which of these bonuses can we reduce? I guess this is unlikely to happen. Well, he might make it to 10 goals and assists. Probably not the assists, but 10 goals, yeah, maybe. If he doesn't play, he will not be an unused substitute anyway, but we might as well get rid of it in case he wants to. He doesn't care, does he? He cares, apparently. Probably 15 euros on 9 or something. It's right at 20. Okay. So what's most likely to happen once he plays? Probably goal and assist bonus are not very interesting. The team of the year bonus, he might appear there. So let's reduce that one. That said, I'm okay with all of the bonuses somewhat. The appearance bonus, he will not tolerate any change. He doesn't. I certainly don't think... Well, the assist bonus is very unlikely to happen. The goal bonus, on the other hand, yeah, that might happen if he powers ahead towards goal, and apparently he insists on it. The assist bonus is probably one that is the least important to him and us. It just doesn't matter, because he will not have assists most of the time. In fact, yeah, he doesn't care. He cares about the goal bonus though. Clean sheet bonus, on the other hand, that's vital to him. And that leaves us with what? Can we change anything about this contract? Yeah, the seasonal landmark combined goals and assist bonus, right? The one we included by ourselves. So I don't know if he insists on that one. It might have pushed him over the edge though, to agree on this contract at all. This is more expensive than the last one. That's for sure. On the other hand, we get him for 3 years, so... He doesn't want this, does he? He doesn't care. Apparently it was the base wage that pushed him over the edge. So we're okay with that. Let's have a look. So, first of all, let's finalize this deal. I'm not sure if this is the right way to do it. So for now, he gets 300 euros per appearance and 250 clean sheet bonus. So it's very performance-based so far. Also, Team of the Year bonus is way higher. Unused substitute fee was a bit higher. The loyalty bonus I don't care much about. That will be renewed anyway. But we pay him 75 euros per week more. Instead, his appearance fee dropped a little bit and the bonus for a clean sheet dropped a little bit. Would I want to change that in case I had the opportunity? Probably, yes. On the other hand, it's not a bad contract. And I think the current contract is, I don't know, how much influence is that on the wage budget? So this is 1k per week, and the budget impact right now seems to be 1k per week too. Not sure. So I'm definitely okay with this. Maybe we can include a 1-year extension after 15 league games on top. He doesn't like that. He wants to negotiate his extension. Okay. Putra needs to go. On loan, preferably. But he will definitely not be around the first team. He's got the jumping and then that's it. There's nothing else. Well, determination and teamwork. But he needs to play. So we try to loan him out. Preferably for the entirety of his wages. But we will probably not find anyone that takes him in. I don't care where he plays. Yes, he can play against your own team. Loan cannot be terminated, that's fine. Can be recalled, is always on, sure. So he needs to go. Isban Toro, well... He's still bound to his current parent club. I think we faced him in a match at this point. Yeah, and it's unlikely that we will include him at one point in our team. Fawzi? So Arif Fawzi is considered to be a central defender. He's not that tall and he's not that good. He's a 16-year-old and he needs to develop. I'll probably put him back to the under-18s actually. That, or once he turns 17, we'll loan him out. Or both. Doesn't belong in the first team. He has some potential though. Also, we did train him as a left back somewhat. He's not that much worse than the others are. No, which is a sad story by itself, right? But, I think he can be safely removed for now from here. Gedesiahan. This seems like a reasonable addition to the team. He has some pace, he marks opponents tightly. His attributes aren't that bad, with the exception of the composure, the positioning and the heading. So, yeah, as a long-term addition, maybe he is good. He would certainly fit, I think, and... Oh, he joins us anyway, yeah. So, he's one that we already concluded, I think. See? Stuff's happening. So, we already decided that we will have him here. Also, as a ball-winning midfielder, he wouldn't be bad either. So to have him in the first team and to teach him how to be a decent personality, probably not a bad idea, and he can be in here. There's a similar argument for Ahmad Akbar. He doesn't belong in the first team though. He belongs with the club that is our affiliate. So we will loan him out to them, and maybe he can play for them and develop a little bit. So we have, well, he can go away here. So there's 1.5 players here. I guess Gede Siahan would be an acceptable replacement from time to time. We play with Haryanto on the other side anyway. Is Siahan right or left-footed? He's either-footed, so why not? On this side, well, so Haryanto as a first option is, let's just say I'm not convinced by it. All of these we already had a look at. So the only person available here is Celestia, who is right-footed, which doesn't matter much to me, even though I prefer a left-footed guy here. He has a long time going on his contract. Jumping reach is fine. He's tall enough. The rest of his attributes needs to improve first, but he's a 17-year-old, so I guess we look at the development. We know that he trains well. That's something that came up. And this development says nothing, more or less. Down in a few areas, up in a few areas. His teamwork is absurdly high, so that's a plus. Natural fitness seems to be good. Medical report says below average. Susceptibility to injury, that's fine too. So overall, certainly an option for the future. If we find nobody else, Celestio might remain with the squad, and Haryanto will probably take the first spot again. That said, I would be much more comfortable to have a really good central defender here. Don't remind me of infantry. And that good central defender might take the first spot here and Haryanto behind him. Obviously, we will go with the performances at some point. So that means, yeah, a central defender would be okay. To have one in addition to what's available right now. Obviously, Sukipto and infantry can play there. I'd rather for them to not. Sukipto should play as a ball-winning midfielder, in my opinion. And, well, his performances throughout the season have been lackluster. But he got into being a natural in ball-winning midfield, or in midfield at all, within the season, so I don't want to overstate that too much. His performances recently, well, the training performances too, they are somewhat okay, but in particular the performances on the pitch, I guess that's fine. He's also club captain, so it's not like I'm gonna part with him anytime soon. No central defender though. So I guess that leaves infantry. Hossein Yusuf, well, we didn't talk about Yusuf as a central defender, but he doesn't belong there. So that leaves us with infantry, who considers himself to be a central defender, apparently. I kind of like the fact that he runs with the ball rarely. His heading is free, though. And, well, the rest of it is no good either. He's really weak for a central defender. Not a good jumper. We are trying to get something out of him, but he's just in decline. He's too old. And as a result, his physicals will go down. You can already see it here. He needs to be sold. The problem is, he doesn't want to leave. So either we turn him really aggressive, or, I don't know, we keep him around for another year and then he goes. He's considered a team leader, so I don't want him to rally the remainder of the squad against us. He might not react well to being offered to other clubs. Great. So we're still looking for a player. We might play yet another season with infantry, just to sit on whatever's left of the squad, and well, go through with it and have a youth player around that might partake in the build-up of the squad. Preferably somebody with great potential that has also good personality. Like this Brazilian guy that we cannot play because, well, you know, he's Brazilian. Yeah, There's a lot of players that come to mind here that are apparently are very good. Ahmad Afandi, for example, is a driven center back that belongs to our local rivals, and apparently his contract runs out. Well, that's certainly a thing. His strength is a bit low, he's not that tall. He's 19 years old though. Driven personality is not perfect, but if I compare this to, say, Mr. Halim, I found it looks like he's more of a guy that can actually play a pass from time to time. Otherwise... Oh, well, yeah. Definitely more talented on a technical area. He isn't that much of a physical player. Bit faster though. It's not a bad choice. His jumping reach is 10. Sure, his strength is a bit low. His heading is 7. So if we could get him for cheap, definitely. The estimated wage is marked as dark red with 150 to 230. No idea what's going on there. Sure, he might not develop at all. In that case, we have a backup as a central defender. So I don't think that's bad. I want him. I want him for the first team. Well, for the senior squad, not the first team. Not the first 11 that starts. But I want him to be available to the squad, so let's try. He doesn't even have an agent, if I see that correctly. Yeah. And he wants to be future prospect only. So that's really good. He's more interested in Barito Putra and as interested in Perciba. Future prospect is totally fine with me. Would you, by the way, what's your preferred position? No nonsense center back. No. So... Well, at the end of his contract, we don't care about estimated cost, we can just buy him. He would totally be fine with this. And that's also okay. The yearly wage raise I'm not a big fan of. And in particular the wage raise after after club games, that's not good. That said, we can start out with 150 here. Get rid of this, at least to a degree. Increase his contract length a little bit, get rid of the yearly wage raise. And we will put these down to other reasonable numbers, I guess. Clean sheet bonus can be much more. Perfectly happy with 75. Hell, I'll probably pay him 100. Doesn't matter much. Yeah, and same as last time. We will add a goal bonus and an assist bonus. Of, in this case, say 100 too. Performance-based, I have no problems parting with money. Okay. So 150 wasn't enough. Let's go with 170. Give him a signing on fee. We might be able to reduce this later on. Still a 3-year contract. Reduce this to 5% per year. Nah, get rid of it. We'll have this at 190 and this at 210, I think. Yeah. I still think it's okay to increase his wage slightly. He made enough of an appearance. And we'll put these under 150. I don't care. Performance-based, I'm okay with this. We can pay this. That's a 230 wage impact. That's barely anything for somebody that we keep around the first team. Okay. Let's go with 180 then. And he doesn't mind much the contract length, I think. Is he susceptible to injury or something? Doesn't seem like it. I'll still rather give him bigger appearance fee, I think. We can also add the assistant goal bonus again. That seems to have worked last time. Not sure if they are interested in it at all. Where is it? Combined goal and assist bonus here. Probably not 7k though. Let's make it 1000, why not? And then we go with 200 and 230. Or 220. Oh. These increased a little bit. That's not bad. He wants the requested contract length now. Alright. So you get 180. You get a 2-year contract length, but then I will include clause, I think. Then I will include a clause that, first of all, this is probably needed in all of these contracts again. This clause. If he makes 15 games in his final season, his contract gets extended by another season. I think this is reasonable. So maybe he can accept this instead. See? How nice of him. So now we try to get rid of this. Or maybe the other stuff. This is the most important one. I don't want to spend money. Okay. So this transfer might not go through though. Because, you know, first of all, he's from a local rival. And second of all, they might probably offer a better contract. He has better contract conditions right now with them. So he might not come over for this. Does he insist on this? No, he doesn't. Does he insist on this clause? No, he doesn't. Does he insist on this clause? He very much does. Okay. But that made it easier for us. Now his wage does only increase to 200. That's good. I also want to include a clause in case we drop out of the league. You know, as you do. Because this might happen with longer contracts. 10% is better than nothing. Now, as an unused substitute fee, I do not want to pay him. He will probably insist on something here. 35, apparently. He will not mind about losing the assist bonus, I think. That's the experience with the last one. Yeah, he doesn't care. Clean sheet bonus, he will probably insist. Goal bonus. He might want, he might not want, who knows. He might not want. He might not want at all. Okay, and well, what's left? The appearance fee? That's important to him. Which leaves us with the clean sheet bonus. Which he insists upon. So this is good, in a way. Yeah, it helps us to determine that this clause was actually important to him. Not a bad idea, overall. So now we have the option, at least, to find somebody that can play on the left side. As I said, Akbar will probably not be around the squad, sadly. I like perfectionists. Siahando will. And, well, his contract offer has been accepted for a long time. Who was the other guy that I just offered for? Afandi? No, that's the one we just talked to. Oh yeah, one of our own. Who was it? It was Halim, was it? Yeah. Let's change this contract offer once again and put in a 5% wage drop in case we drop from the division. He doesn't like that. Okay, it was worth a try. Alright, I will skip forward a little bit, and, well, I will go have a bathroom break. See you on the other side. Hi. So, some trial offers were accepted, it seems. That's for people that we wanted to have a look at. Sure. We can also continue with our trip through our own squad, I think. So, we had a look at right back, that's what the trial offers are for. This is a blatantly obvious weakness right now. So, defender on the right, we need somebody for the first team. Defender on the left is less pressing, I think, but, well, I'm not sure if that's true. It is pressing, I think. So, Utama's out for next season. Yeah, sure. So let's get rid of Akbar, first and foremost. Also, poor Nada. Why is this guy on the shortlist at all? I mean, I guess he's a last resort signing, yes. Because he's freaking cheap. But his tackling is 4. What the hell? Can we just get rid of him? I do not agree with him being on the shortlist. I do not consider Fawzi to be an option for the first team. I do not consider Permana to be an option here. He wasn't the first team to be, well, to fill the slots, basically. So I'll remove him. Utama will be retired next season, so he can go away too, which leaves us with Arianto. Ooh. Okay, so let's have a look at Arianto's performances this season, will we? First of all, the player profile overall seems, I wouldn't say impressive, but he seems okay. he counts towards the minimum squad registration rules for some stuff, and well, we might actually play him. Apparently he's a consistent performer. The problem is, as it shows down here, he's consistently bad. And the overall average rating is 6.42 now, and we paid 55k for him. So, well, I guess you can argue that this is sunk cost, but if we don't get 50k out of him for some reason, then this will be financial trouble. We don't pay him much, so that's okay. The yearly wage raise, I don't care much about either. My biggest problem is that he doesn't perform, so there's two options here. We keep him around the squad, just let him go into the second year. His mentals are absurdly good for a player of his age, so that's definitely a plus. And also, apparently, his physicals did improve a lot. The thing is, a lot is not good enough yet. On the other hand, just imagine we get him to acceleration and pace 10 with these mentals. He might do all of a sudden. He just needs some additional pace. Maybe. Because he was overrun quite often. On the other hand, we also had problems with him not being available for defensive headers. So, long throws taking is probably not the top priority, come to think of it. There's also other stuff, like his bad dribbling and his bad off-the-ball movement, so in offense he doesn't help much. He does try to help somewhat though, and well, he should do his defensive duties first and foremost, I think. He's somewhat susceptible to injury, so I have my doubts about that too. So what's the most important thing here? So I'm kind of decided on the fact that he will remain with the senior squad, I think. There is always the option to loan him out, obviously. But then we would need 2 additional left backs. So where do we pull? I don't know. It's not like they grow on trees. In particular, not the ones with fairly professional personality that are also level-headed. So seen from that perspective, Arianto will stay. I would say with a 99% possibility. Even though his performances haven't been fantastic. Hell, he even had some assists at some point. We'll do the Freiburg here. Just keep the player in. Give him time on the pitch. At some point he will develop. No doubt about that. His contract runs until 33 plus. The 5% increase is nothing, so I don't care. That's not much. But there's no replacement for him. Because Utama is not available anymore, and well, he wasn't available throughout this season. So we need somebody. This, from a risk-based perspective, this is not good. Left defender side. Who's there? Fozzy and Utama, it says. So, well, let's have a look at Fozzy. A 16-year-old that argues with officials and is not much better than the other one. No, we need somebody to take off the pressure from Arianto. So we need one that is at least as good as he is. Maybe even better. This is a right back, by the way. Oh yeah, that's the unambitious one. Can we just get rid of him? I'm not interested in him. Thank you very much. So we need a left back. First of all, let's have a look. If we just signed a left back, we should probably not sign another one. Doesn't look like it though, does it? We signed a winger. We signed a deep playing playmaker. Grow. We signed Yet another winger? Oh, that looks like League 2 material at least. Well, we might need to change his personality, but overall that's not that bad, is it? Not sure. Yeah, this guy's not good enough, but he might be somewhat flexible. He has a decent finish after all. Akbar is a center back now. No left backs available here. And there's a lot of crosses available here to be sold or bought. Not sure if I want to do that. Well, we don't need the money right now. Okay, let's have a look. So, left backs. I think we scouted for a left back previously. It certainly looks like it. And apparently there's a few of them on our shortlist. So why not go there? For example, this guy, which we know jack shit about. He's too expensive anyway. We would need to pay for him. I don't like that. So let's go from the top. That's... well, he's 29. And if I compare him to Arianto, I think Arianto has the better mentals. We will probably see this time and time again. But on the physical side, this guy's way better. The rest is more or less a wash. Yeah. My problem with Furbian immediately is he is not a good defender. We need somebody that is at least a tolerable defender. He might cope with his lack of defensive capability though, due to speed and physicals. Not sure. I guess if we get him for a similar wage, which might be possible, that's okay. He's fairly susceptible to injuries though, so not a perfect choice. Let's see with the rest. This is a 33-year-old. He's still very fast, but I think at this point we can probably decline. Just because, first and foremost, he's too expensive. But also, well, we will decline because he will decline. Let's put it that way. I'd rather take the 29-year-old. Samsul Abidin. Doesn't look that impressive, does it? There's a few holes in here. Also, he's probably too expensive. Yeah, well, he would be okay-ish, but I'd rather not. Then this guy's shortlisted. Mickey, what's his name? Burhanudin. Burhanudin. Not that hard. Not that hard. First and foremost, he's pacey. He doesn't have good acceleration. He's friggin' expensive though. And susceptible to injuries on top. So, given the amount of money he wants to earn, and the fact that he's still bound by contract, I would maybe take him in on loan. But this does not seem like we should offer another 50k for him. I don't want to do that. I think it was bad business to pay that much for many players. Well, in Isha's case, maybe he's a really good complete forward in the future, who knows. And in Arianto's case, he did develop well prior to us buying him, basically. So, hard to determine if it's a really bad idea, but I don't want to offer that much money for him. Let's have a look at Setiadi. He knocks the ball past the opponent, has great crossing, acceleration and pace are more or less on the level of Arianto. And, well, his off-the-ball movement is also on the level with Arianto, same as the dribbling. He's shit at it. He would want a shit ton of money though, and the transfer value is really high. So I don't think that this will happen. Persebaya are also in League 1. And, well, they don't pay him that much yet, but He would fit the description, but not from a monetary perspective. Kevin Gomez is a 32-year-old that apparently can also play as a center back, so that's a plus. He's no good on the offense though, so I don't think I'm convinced. I mean, I guess it's good as a bench player to have somebody that can play both of these positions, but rather not. And Indra Purnomo is the last one on the shortlist, 22-year-old. That has resilient personality, also an egghead, somewhat. Luckily, all of these are virtual players, so not like I insulted anyone that exists in real life right now. There's probably people that look like this, though. I'm very sorry. Like, seriously. Anyway, his acceleration and pace are fine. His off-the-ball movement is free, so comparable to Arianto, I guess. Work rate isn't good. He is resilient. I like that. Resilient is a decent personality, unflappable, unsurprisingly, and media-friendly. So he might just be close to balanced. Would be a superb signing for the future, it says. Can we get him, like... They are in League 1, they will probably remain in League 1. So we might loan him for free. That would help, maybe. Basically, doing it the other way. We would have a lone player on the left instead of on the right. That's not horrible, is it? Is he susceptible to injury or something? Apparently not. I would be willing to make an offer, I think. They need 100% contribution for him. Not that interested in a permanent deal. Well, probably has to do with Arianto's presence. The loan offer, on the other hand, and they would like to include a clause that gives us the option to buy the player for 31k at the end of the loan. An option. So 375 per week. We cannot do this until the end of next season, so I don't like this right now. He's definitely one for the shortlist, though. Let's have a look at the others too. Maybe there's something in here that we didn't see yet. Rice. He's slower than Arianto and doesn't seem much better. Well, he's cheaper. He would have been cheaper. Might as well play one of our youth players at this point. There's a 31-year-old here. Well, Utama will retire, but this seems to fit the bill, so probably not. There's a 20-year-old. Raman Aditya. Aditya. He might be okay. We don't know about the personality and some of the attributes. Dribbling seems shit. Pace and acceleration seem okay-ish. But, well, his positioning is off. He's probably not good enough. We'll scout him and offer him a trial. Because he just went down with his club, if I'm not mistaken. Did he play? He didn't make a single appearance with his club right now. And they bought him at some point and, well, never played him. That, well, I like the way he looks. I don't like the pace. So, no, probably not. And then we're going into the, well, do not touch territory, I think. None of these are any good. We might as well offer trials to them here. I don't know. Maybe one of them is a surprise signing, but I don't think so. There's also the option to ask the director of football, as always. He will probably come up with a lot of guys from Brazil. That's not too bad. No loans available for him. And neither does he know of transfers. He's at the end of his contract, as he is he. Scouting report doesn't seem like an option. Yeah, 85 euros we can pay. Thanks. Sure, can we also get them in on trial, please? Oh. The fact that you cannot right-click this menu is infuriating. Okay, so we know nothing about these two. 23 and 23. He seems pacey and with good tackling. What kind of league is this? This is a non-league team. I won't complain yet. And him... Persema is also a, well, third league or something. Not sure. Okay, so we got that. Let's go to the playmaker role for a second, because this is really easy. We have Tabuni, we have Samant, we have Ramadan, and we will get Nugroho next season. He's not on the list here, but... yeah, sure. Current season, next season, who cares? I will add... Does Nugroho. Yeah, Ruben Burnigod. Exactly. Cannot seem to find him. Patrick Brandt Erlandson, that would be the day. There he is. So, I expect Nugroho to be in the club next season. So, this is why these two will probably be loaned out. And we will, well, one of them. I'm not sure which one. So, we have enough playmakers. We will not need all of these. All of the contracts are fine from a length perspective, yeah. Nothing to do here. This is Sokipto's place and also infantry's, and given that we will not get rid of infantry, we might as well keep him here. These players do not belong here and they will not come in. Ramadan doesn't belong here anyway. Ismantoro is gone, sadly. Gedesiahan, well, he comes as a center back though. So let's get rid of this. Molana is on trial right now. Could be a reasonable playmaker, but as we just stated, we have enough playmakers. And... Isha? No, not Isha. Defensive midfielder. Well, there's Molana, Tabuni, and in an exceptional case, we might also use Mbiri there. So I don't think we need Molana. Even if he is a consistent performer and, well, whatever. We will not sign him. Do not spend money. So that's that. I'll skip the wingers for now and go forward, because I have a clearer picture of what I want in the front. That rhymes, it must be true. Hidayatullah doesn't belong here. I don't even know about Anchi. Probably not, no. He's not for the first team anyway. And Zico. So Charon Nullet wrote me that Zico had a 7.14 average rating. That's true. He made 21 appearances. Let's have a look at the stats. Where's the assists? Can't seem to find them. He had 8 assists and 3 goals. In 13 matches and 8 matches from the bench, so yeah, not too bad. 4 goals in the lower grade cup, which certainly helped. The thing is, he's, as I already discussed with Jaron Nonnett, he is highly susceptible to injury. This will not go away once he had recent injury. And if we look at his injuries so far, well, it's starting to get full. He's also 29, 28, 29 at this point. I very much like the traits, so no doubt about that. I do not like the fact that he has obvious weaknesses in his attribute profile, and, well, the heading doesn't serve him well on his right inverted winger position. We might play him as a poacher, but he's no good finishing. So what's left? Target forward? Certainly not. Advanced forward maybe? Neither. I don't know. There's a reason why we put him out here. And it's basically he runs with the ball through center, he cuts inside from the right wing anyway. So this is good for an inverted winger. He is somewhat of a role model, and a squad player is befitting. His contract got extended automatically. I could have avoided that, I chose not to. I think we can keep Zico, yeah. But he's not a striker, he doesn't belong here. We have Jorge Cesar and Vayan Isha here. And Vayan Isha will need to start to feel like a complete forward. So that will take a while for him. On the other hand, Jorge Cesar plays like 80% of the games anyway. If he will not injure himself, he will play. I think. At least I think for now. He doesn't enjoy big matches though for some reason. But, you know, 7.59 rating, 24 goals in 33 matches. Way better in the cup. I think we're okay. Hopefully he can repeat that. So in a striker position, I'm actually missing a youngster. Like, I don't know, a 16, 17-year-old? Is there somebody with some potential that might do as a target forward? Because this is what we're looking for, right? Well, his jumping reach improved a little bit, but not by that much. Anyone else down here? Hidayatullah is unavailable here because he belongs to the first team. It's not necessarily a bad idea, Hidayatullah. So assume we train him as a complete forward. That's a long way to go though, isn't it? Like a really long way, probably not. And I think he trains as a shadow striker right now, yeah. Just due to the finishing. I think for him to finish that, the attack is probably not a bad idea. Ahmad. Just no. Samardi, big old no. Definitely not. In particular, not as a target forward or as a complete forward or something. And then it gets awfully thin. On the 21s, well, same players here. That doesn't matter. So maybe there's somebody in the first team? Oh, no, there isn't. Okay, so we could use an additional striker that is somewhat strong. Emphasis on could use. Preferably somebody that's young too. And preferably somebody that we do not have to pay much. So this material seems good at first glance. Also, yet another Ferdiancia will certainly help. But, in fact, he's... that would be fantastic to have a Ferdiancia on the left and a Ferdiancia on the middle. I don't think we'll do that though. He's not that small. Mr. Ramat. He also doesn't seem to fit our playing style that well. Yeah, likes to round keeper and tries first time shots. So, which of the two is it? Walsh? No. I think we parted with Walsh for a reason. Preferably his nationality, but, you know, lots of other stuff. That sounds racist. We parted with him due to league rules. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's... Well, it has to do with the fact that he's Jamaican, but it's not his fault. It's Jorge Cesar's fault, who is Brazilian. And, well, there is a lot of opportunity here. Okay. Let's look for somebody that is tall and strong enough to be a target forward. That's not that many players anyway, is it? None at all, actually. So, basically these two. They are both in League 1. They are both listed for loan. Maybe we can get one in for loan as some sort of an emergency replacement. And if he doesn't play, who cares? Hitting's good, that seems reasonable. 1m75. 1m68 though, I don't know. He probably isn't the one. I will scout these two anyway. If I can find it, there it is. Yeah, thank you very much. So now we're left with the winger positions. We don't know about, well, a third option here yet. This is quite clear, I think. Imbiri's primary choice. Isha probably doesn't belong here anymore. I'll leave him here though. He's definitely an option. He will not be in the first team. Hidayatullah might be. I guess it begs the question, do we want a youth player in here alongside Imbiri? Because Imbiri will play the majority of the matches, and if he doesn't, I'm okay with bringing Isha in his position from time to time. Iskandar, on the other hand, well, he trains well. Let's put it like this. Also, his development overall, his decision making went up, and his stamina went up, the work rate went up a little. It's not fantastic, but Imbiri plays there all the time. So either we loan him out, or I don't know, maybe we get him on the bench at some point. Hidayatullah has a better chance of going there though. Samardi will be loaned out. I will not have him around. These two, they have a long-time contract, so we might as well keep them here. And Hidayatullah might actually be an option for the bench. He's not that slow. He might sometimes do an emergency winger stuff player, and same with an inverted winger on the left. He probably won't play as a target forward anytime soon, but moving into channels, that basically screams use me as an inverted winger or inside forward maybe. So that's not a bad idea. Overall, maybe the order is not perfect, but I mean, we do not necessarily need to look for somebody here. Ibiri just dominates play as long as he's available. Once he isn't, we have a problem. But hopes are that one of the two will develop if Imbiri is not available. So, do we want to spend another 1,000 for a great attacking midfielder that will not play alongside Imbiri? Probably not. Isha's available. There's just too much player base already. Alright. So, according to Cheronella, this is Zico's place. Let me put it that way. Zico's susceptibility to injury makes me doubtful that he will play more than half of the season. I do like some of his attributes. I do like the fact that he is on a 7.14 rating. Do like the amount of assists. I do like the fact that he scored 3 goals in the league. Okay, that's all fine. Let's have a look at Moody too. So Moody doesn't develop. He's a natural at this point, though, as an inverted winger here, so that might give him a micro performance boost, maybe. I don't want to overstate the importance though. Let's have a look at inverted winger here, if I can find it. There it is. On support. Well, he's definitely training for whatever is needed. But there's no significant change, and, well, he played a lot of matches. 26 to be more precise, which allowed him to score 5 goals and have 5 assists. So he played a few more matches, but with the few more matches, his performances have been similar to Zico's. Not the overall rating, though. I don't know. What's the problem? I guess the problem is the lack of development for Moody. We do not pay him that much money anymore. He will be around anyway. So these two are inverted wingers. I don't want to determine who's first and who's second, because really we can determine that by the performances. So I appreciate Jaron Nullet's input, and certainly Zico had better performances. But that might also be a statistical fragment of something. Maybe he had a 9-point-something rating alongside the rest of the team in some occasion. I don't know anymore. He did make 21 appearances, though. Let's have a look at the stats. In the cup, he was shit. That's for sure. Is there a comparison of stats? Where's Zico here? Sure. Well, not that many. So he made more... Yeah, overall for the club. So he made more appearances. Cool. He scored 2 more goals. Had 2 more assists throughout his career. Had a yellow card. Moody had no yellow card and no red card whatsoever. Interesting. Goals per 90 minutes is better for Zico. Assists per 90 minutes is better for Zico. Key passes per 90 minutes is way better for Moody, though. For some reason. And apparently Moody works better in defense. He has more tackles 1 per 90 minutes. Where does this come from? Because he has better tackling. It's 3 and not 1. I don't think that matters much. Still interesting to see. So I don't think this matters. Distance covered per 90 minutes is comparable. And the average rating is way better. Sure. So, okay. From a statistical point of view, I can agree Zico is probably the better player. The thing is, Moody will still play half of the season if Zico's injured. So, given that we know that he's susceptible to injury, and Moody I don't think is, Moody has susceptibility to injury that's average, we brought in another player, also due to tactical reasons. That's Setyavan. Saiful Setyavan comes in as a winger, and a winger that barely has any weaknesses. The technique could do with some improvement, and he doesn't know shit about set pieces. He's also 25 already. But he will join us, and, well, we will basically pay more or less nothing for him. He hates big matches and is inconsistent. But as an emergency backup for the odd match, probably not the worst choice. So on the right wing, no replacement needed. I forgot that Moody also had the odd match on the left and in the middle. And well, he's a former striker. He will not play as a striker anytime soon, though. I mean, look at the bunch of weaknesses here. So that leaves us with the left. On the left, Isha doesn't belong anymore. I don't want to play him there, but we might happen to do that from time to time. Neither will we play Moody there, even though it might happen. Zico doesn't belong over there, from my perspective. Neither does Setyavan. Just to put that statement out there, we can play him as an inverted winger on the left wing if we need to. But I don't want to plan with it. So he goes away here. I thought Ari would be the first choice here. I was wrong. Ari lost his spot. Now, we can still keep him around the club, but I've been going on so much about the attribute profile of Ari, I just don't see a future for him with this club. That said, he doesn't want to leave. Currently we have a really loyal bunch. So, we just demote him, I guess, and Ferdianzi as the primary choice. Is he good enough? No, but he's friggin' cheap. And, well, if we avoid relegation in the final season, his contract will be extended once more. He trains well. Progress has been, I gotta be honest, it has been lackluster to a degree. He is damn fast though, when it shows on the pitch. So we'll definitely keep him, and I would love a replacement for Ari here, but that will not happen this season. If nobody comes along and buys him, that will not happen. This guy, he's fast, and he shoots from distance, and I think he needs to go away. That's a case of a loan, I think. Let's offer him out on loan. Somebody might come in and pay for him. And then there's Abidine. In Abidine's case, I'm starting to think the personality is good enough. He is level-headed on top. He is right-footed only on the left wing. This is basically what we're looking for here, just that his attributes are not good enough. On the other hand, looking at the development as an inverted wing or on support, he barely made any progress, but he barely played a match anyway. 3 appearances, who cares? He's also susceptible to injuries, so barely. Is this a reason to get rid of him? Don't know. Maybe he goes out on loan at some point once he turns 17. Maybe we just keep him and go with him into the next season. So I do not see much of a purpose to reinvent the wheel. We basically need a left back, and we could do with a right back. Right? Is that what's happened? Yeah, more or less. There's also another winger coming in here. So, don't know about that. And now, we can skip forward and see what's going on. So, that's not an analysis of the performances of the squad within this season. You can probably look at the data I have on top. Well, Owen's passing stands out. Apparently has accurate passing and fewer passes. Alright. Well. And it seems like we're doing more or less fine. We face a lot of 4-3-3s. But it seems like we're doing fine against them. That might have to do with Jorge Cesar. Player performances, well... no. So Crypto has lots of blocks and clearances. Tabuni is not a good defender. That's unsurprising. Neither is Mbiri or Isha. I don't know. Oh, this is defending midfielders. I see. Okay. They don't need to defend very well, so I'm not concerned. Defending defenders, maybe. Well... Halim's fewer blocks and clearances might be a good thing, actually. Yusuf has lots of blocks per 90 minutes and clearances. Okay, good to know. I guess we should play him after all. And we could also try to find out how the goals were scored. I think Chernell recommended that. Let me have a look. Don't want to misquote him. Where is it? He wrote, we need to analyze who creates the most assists and chances per 90 minutes. So I guess this begs the question, who the hell was responsible for all of the assists for 38 goals or however much he scored. 24 here. Who did that? And I think the easiest way to find out is to go into the squad list and look at the stats. The goal attempts. Shots, penalties, nope. I guess general play. Crosses completed, not so much. Well, it's in here. So we sort by assists. I guess that answers the question, doesn't it? It's not Zico. That said, Zico is not that bad. And, well, looking at the overall list, Verdiancia is definitely the primary source of goals being scored. 16 assists is not bad. I wasn't aware. He's not that fantastic either. And, well, we will have another winger on the left wing in the future. Let's go back to this for a second. Where is he? Setyavan, not the other one. If we compare him to Verdiancia, Verdiancia is faster. Verdiancia is written with F, Chris. Just look at this. Verdiancia is faster. I expect Setyavan to provide the odd assist here and there too. Seen from that perspective. Verdiancia definitely has the better mentality though, so who knows what will happen. But as wingers on attack duty, that's more or less even. So if he can provide an additional 10, or maybe 15, that would be really great. On the other hand, Moody, same as Zico, do provide on the right wing, so whatever. Does work. And Impiris want to provide assists too. It's not his primary job, but he does. Well, it's kind of part of his primary job. He did score more goals than provide assists though, which in turn are provided by Jorge Cesar, I think. He had 4 assists, so apparently not. But Imbiri had a lot of chances from flick-ons. So if he starts the goal scoring at one point, maybe that will end up just fine. Alright. There's a few more trial lists, and Adam will come in on trial too. We'll have a look at them once the trial finishes. There's a squad planner update. I just did that. Thank you. The biggest fear is for Jorge Cesar not to score another 30 goals next season, basically. So we're trying to increase supply in a way. Alright, it's fine. Let's go. I think they're on holiday anyway. When's the start of the transfer window? Karev is on international duty a lot. There's the end of the season, I guess. Start of the transfer window is ways out though. I guess here. So 1st of July. That's 1.5 months out. Bit more. So we will need to skip forward to that. Yeah. Also, we can have a look at maybe the assistant, not the assistant manager, the director of football might know of players that are available as strikers. It's not like we need one, but it's not a bad idea to have one. Okay. 5 players have been considered to be good enough in the overall best 11. Who's that? Jorge Cesar? 44 appearances, scored 42 goals. Well, I guess it's not Sergio Girassi level yet, but, well. Infantry, Zico, Imbiri, and Ari have become a part of the proud history. Jorge Cesar is a substitute. What the hell? Okay. Well, these guys will be thrown out of here at some point. Don't care. Yeah, we defied all expectation and wrote a new chapter. That's true. We went to the cup final. That was really good. Also, this is weird. So, the flag's blowing in the wind, but the symbol isn't. Great paint skills. Let's look back over the highlights of a fantastic season for PSIS. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. New arrivals. If it works. Jorge Cesar was the number 1. New arrival. True. We also signed Halim this season, Isha, Ferdiancia. All of them had reasonable performances. This also tells us about the board, so... Very pleased with the deal to sign here. This is mainly down to the player's high ability level relative to the squad. What about the performances? We didn't even pay for him. Well, the money, the wage, but nothing else. We paid 50k for Halim. They apparently think this was money well spent. Isha? Isha has a lower wage than expected, apparently. If he goes on to be complete forward, though, that might change. Who knows? Ferdiancia is really cheap. And, well, we got him for 13k, approximately. From Persia, even. Wow. They are content with the transfer of Simon Owen. We didn't pay much for him. In fact, nothing. He earns a bit much money, I think. So, if we want to extend his contract, and I don't think there's much that speaks against it, maybe we can negotiate him down. I don't know. On the other hand, opening up contract talks now probably pushes us for a higher wage, given that he's an important player right now. Tabuni... They love it. Because he has high ability. The problem is that the ability doesn't translate to skill on the pitch just yet. He doesn't show it. He had 2 assists in 34 appearances. So we are definitely a club that is going for wing play more often than not. Signing of Wahab is fine. Putra, yeah, I'm trying to correct that mistake. Thank you very much. He needs to go. Arianto, apparently, they think it's fine because we don't pay him much. Okay. They are disappointed with the deal to sign Moody. Moody earns too much money for his place in the squad. I agree with that, but I wanted to offer for a model citizen. So, sorry, not sorry. Samantri earns too much money. Yusuf? Transfer fees a little bit high. I agree. Yeah. Apparently we have additional fees here. Abdullah is a horrible signing. I tend to agree at this point. They don't like Arianto at all. It's just about a transfer fee in this case. Maybe we shouldn't have signed Arianto, but we were really, scraping the barrel for a left back. And Samardi, yes. Well, they are content with it, because he doesn't earn much. Transfers out, let's have a look. Santoso. I don't even remember Santoso anymore. Ah. A winger that can't cross the ball. Yeah, we had some of those. So, runs with the ball down right and knocks the ball past the opponent is fine. But I'd rather take Ferdinand. Granata. They think we could have gotten a higher transfer fee. The thing with Vultures, well, he didn't play anyway. Ronaldo. They're disappointed that we sold him. Who the hell is Walidain? I think I remember him. Yeah, we got his wage from the wage bill and that's it. So that's not bad. Ritsky. They would have wanted a transfer fee for him. And Iravan. They wanted a transfer fee for him. He's a casual. He's a friggin' casual. That is no good whatsoever and has transfer arranged already. Again. Percy Boss this time. There's this. This is a no-league team, yeah. That's quite befitting of him. I'm really happy to have gotten rid of that guy. What's with the loans? No problem with any of the loans. Season's results. So, we were expected to attempt to avoid relegation. We finished 7th. Average home attendance was 31%, over 10k people. Jorge Cesar was the top goal scorer. Everybody's really happy with the result in the league. No problem whatsoever. I will not read out this list. In the cup, we made it all the way to the final. So, second spot. Fuck off! The board are pleased that the team attempted to be competitive. We made it all the way to the final. But apparently in the Piala President Indonesia, which we made it to the quarterfinal only, we get a B- rating. Okay. This is how it works. Biggest win, 5-0 against Borneo. Jorge Cesar with 2 goals, Imbiri with 2 goals, Zico with a goal. That's... I think... maybe that's just me. But the match to remember and the biggest win for me was the second match of the cup final, actually. We led by 4 goals. We could have made it to the Champions League. If not for conceding that one damn goal. Well, any of the 4, really. Goal of the season is one of Moody's, apparently. Do we want to have a look at it? Sure. Have a look at the goal. If it's still available. Oh, Nugroho was still around. Yeah, we got rid of some of the loan players throughout the season too. I forgot. And that was the first goal. Apparently we conceded. Who was that? Halim. That's infantry. That wasn't good. All the way through the middle. Then Utama found Nugroho, who played a wonderful killer ball for Jorge Cesar. If Tabuni would be capable of doing that, maybe he would score 50 per season. Nugroho again, this time, yeah. For Imbiri, who did put it in the back of the net. That requires some balls, that kind of finish. And then Zico for Sekipto, Nugroho. The long ball towards Moody, who apparently played an attacking midfield in this situation. And that was a deft finish, that's true. So, overall that was nice. And the turnaround was much welcome. As you can see here, 70, 74 and 86th minute. Finances. Sponsorship went down. No new deals whatsoever. Club reputation is unchanged. But apparently the merchandise sales are okay. We sold 2,500 shirts. Jorge Cesar apparently is well liked by the fans. Don't know where this is coming from. The broadcast revenue went up by nearly 100k. 80k more for corporate and hospitality. Prize money has doubled. And matchday commercial and retail income has improved. This is very much performance-based. I'm very happy with this. We cannot rely on these finances to continue like this, but this is good. How I lined up, yes, something like this, that's true. Well, it's not entirely true, but whatever. So, the player of the season by the fans is Jorge Cesar. The young player of the season is Halim. The signing of the season is Jorge Cesar. Goal of the season was scored by Morgan Moody, apparently. Top goal scorer is Jorge Cesar. 42 goals. 42. Ferdianzo have 16 assists. Jorge Cesar has 15 player of the match awards. Highest average rating, Jorge Cesar. And Tiki Tabuni has most passes completed per 90 minutes. That's not that many though, is it? 68 per 90 minutes. That's less than one pass per minute. What's going on there? He's a playmaker. Huh. Maybe he's going for the risky passes too much. Who knows? This is basically the Jorge Cesar show overall. Yeah. And the highest transfer fee paid ever is for Arianto. Also, Utama scored a goal at the age of 34 and 87 days. That will probably not be repeated anytime soon. The dynamic manager timeline. 3 trophies and 2 major awards. Well, we won some trophies in Sweden, and we won some major awards in Sweden, apparently. Manager of the Year, 2 times. That's... Look how much time we spent there. And then we were in Wales. And then we got promoted in Indonesia. Well, we took it over from a previous manager who wasn't bad. What happened to Adam Jones, actually? Still with Tafswell. Not playing well. Okay. Well. And there we signed a few players, and apparently Jorge Cesar breaks a few records. 18 goals in a single cup campaign, yeah, that's true, that's really a lot. Great. The supporters want us to play attacking football, possession football, and high-tempo pressing football. You know, this is not the way we do things, but okay. They want us to play defensively solid football, possession football, make the most of set pieces, and high-tempo pressing football. I think all of this is more or less fine, as long as it does not contain attacking. I'm okay with this. Work within the wage budget is on the way. Avoid relegation from League One. That's definitely my goal. I will accept this. For sure. So, we are expected not to go down next season. I think I'll go with this. That's a target we can all get behind. Fantastic. I also appreciate your collective support and adherence to the code of conduct. Thank you. Yeah, I do. Okay. Great. Mood seemed to go up. Fantastic. For the new season, the team report says, well, blah blah blah. There's not a great deal of depth. I agree, we could do it with a corner taker and stuff. Yeah, I agree with all of this. We'll have a look into this later. Also, use the damn screen here. This is not a tablet. We can't adapt this menu. Konya one was out most of the time, as was Rinaldi and Saputra. Which Saputra is this? Oh, that's one of the loanees, isn't it? No offers for 2 players, and Harianto's back in full training. Well, he's back in full vacation mode now. Okay. Cool. There might also be a youth intake at some point. I'm not sure when this comes up. Given the quality of the last youth intake, we should probably not look at it. On the other hand, well, there might be an additional Imbiri in there, so who knows. Freak accidents happen, right? Alright, this will take forever. Let's try to use this to do an additional break, and I will grab some fresh water. And we'll see how long we will do today. Alright, so Mr. Molana is an excellent signing apparently. Not sure if I agree. He gets forward whenever possible. For a playmaker, that's not something I'm looking for. Plays 1-2s, look for a pass run and attempt to score, blah blah, yeah, not bad. Knocks the ball past the opponent, which seems fine with his pace and so on. And moves the ball to the left before attempting to dribble, which he's horrible at anyway. So he's a shadow striker at the age of 29 with a decent long shot that is unable to score. No. I don't think so. Like, thank you very much, but no. There's a few lone players that are destined to come back. I think we can renegotiate these fees and stuff in the future. You guys can come back first. They are all interested in an extension though. I don't know. In his case, for example, maybe we can sell him entirely. And Meki Borhordin is removed from the shortlist because he's too expensive. At least for me. I don't want to pay for him. He's not interested in joining on a permanent basis anyway. FC RB Salzburg out to clinch title. And the icon is Austria wins, I think. This Austria? Might be. Not sure. Not so sure of... I will Google this now. Yeah, it's Austria Wien. Okay. Well, Austria Vienna for the internationals of us. Still looking for a right back, aren't we? This will be the one. Just for the name. Fuck. He's fairly pro and fairly consistent. He's 24 though, but if he turns out to be okay, I might be required to say Muhammad Siman Yuntak. Siman Yuntak is not that bad, is it? Muhammad Siman Yuntak. Okay. Well, maybe he's the one after all. Fairly pro is good though. He might come with unwanted traits. Who knows? I will find a reason not to sign him. That obviously has nothing to do with his name. For sure not. Yeah, so this will take a while. Udrama hangs up his boots. So I guess that means He's a scout for us now. He doesn't play anymore. True. So he remains as a scout. I see. Well, it's good that we didn't lose him. And apparently he still loves me, so... That's a nice reduction of the wage budget too, I think. No, not really. It's just, it doesn't matter. He earns the same amount of money. Ugh. In fact, wages have gone up a little bit. Wage budget is set to be at 100, at 18k. We spend 11k per week. Probably, so where can we save the most? We have a lot of important players and star players for some reason. It's not much of a problem though, is it? The wage structure. Players on, oh, this is Malik, isn't it? Yeah. So Malik will go, that's true. And probably we pay too high wages for people like Moody. Maybe we can renegotiate that though. We also didn't exactly bring in that many professional players this season, so mentoring will have high importance. Maybe we should have waited for the lone players to come back. Yes. So Halim's bound to the club for 3 years. That got extended. While Yudi also signs a 3-year deal. That's PSIS player, which we will face off against throughout the season once more. Given that we know that we can beat them by 4 goals, well, we could have beaten them by 3. Beaten them by 3. I think we should try to do that once more and put an additional emphasis on that throughout the season, just to get the support of the fans. Well, otherwise, there does not seem to be much to do here. Not sure. And preseason will not be that much of a problem, given that we play a cup competition, hopefully up until the quarterfinal once more. So we wait for 1.5 months. That's it. Alright, Halim signed a new contract until 2034, so 3 years. And apparently he loves me. Okay. So that means at this point he will be 26. Money's good. He does get a goal bonus and a clean sheet bonus. No problems whatsoever. And we reduced him to important player, so he might have been considered star player previously. Still highly influential. I guess that's fine. Team cohesion is really good. That will not drop much, it seems. Oh no, Tega Infantry is approaching the end of its career. If he retires soon, we should be able to cope. Well, yeah, true. Given that we have two additional leaders, that shouldn't be much of a problem. Hopefully he will retire pretty soon. I'm really hoping for it. And I don't want to start a revolt, so we will suffer through an additional season where we pay him 100 euros per week. I did worse, I guess. Looking at you, Moody. Moody isn't that bad, though. I expected way worse, actually, at the start of the season. And in the end, he brought some assists and goals to the pitch, so I guess that's fine. The 21-year-old defender, the Putra, which I recall, of course. It's one of the loanees, isn't it? Yeah. He was out on loan. He played reasonably well out on loan, apparently. Did he develop much? He's still in the under-21s. Which begs the question, did he develop much? Decisions and composure would need to go up. Oh. So, he will not be good enough for the first team? Or around the senior squad anyway. He could be fine to be loaned out again. And his contract runs till 32. So we can just loan him out once more. This time out though, where was he last time? With a non-league team. So we'll try to find him a League 2 team now. Maybe somebody is willing to sign him. Yeah, end of the season. Young prospect way of first team level, true. End of the season should be this season. So we want him to play, we want him to be an important player as a central defender, most likely. And, well, how much did they pay last time out? Nothing, it seems. So, that cannot stand. We want the loaning club to pay 1,000 euros. That should be fine. Let's see what happens. There's also another one that leaves his agent, Uda. He's the one to play way out of trouble, that's why we didn't use him. They paid for him last time out. His performances haven't been great. His development so far is not impressive at all. He is a good penalty taker though. But that's about it. He needs so many attributes, I don't even know where to start. I guess he's more of a playmaker. He needs so many different attributes, I don't know where to start. So he signed a new contract apparently recently. When? I don't know about that. But sure. So we'll try to loan him out too. Maybe somebody comes in with an offer. Who knows? Don't care. Just play him. And, well, play him and pay him. Some scouting has been finished. Transfer value is rather low. The wage is high. It's not a horrible idea, but, well, it is a horrible idea. I don't think we'll do this. I like the skill set of the player, but he's 30. Also from a local rival. This guy has requested to leave, and, well, he's considered to be a last resort signing. I will probably not have cut my life into pieces for now, so we will acknowledge this and move on. I have no idea about him yet. Tackling seems fine. Let's continue the scouting. Yes, I know. Sanusi. Don't know much about him. Acceleration and pace seem concerning. Crossing might be okay. He might be available for a loan. Who knows? Last resort signing, maybe. Let's continue the scouting on him. Yeah. Same here, I guess. And with Firmyansia, we know jack shit, but he's probably really bad. I mean, look at the acceleration and pace. That's not acceptable, is it? He's not a defender. So I'm not interested. No training schedule to change, so that's fine. There's 3 additional loans in here. Oh, maybe there's also offers? Look at that. These are all League 3 clubs, sadly. Same with the other guy. So we're basically writing them off. We're saying, okay, they will not develop much. Or they do not have the skill level to play in League 2. So we give them to a League 3 team again. What's this? I think all of these are fine. Come to think of it. There are slight differences in money. Like, really slight differences. 975 only. They pay 1k. Money's more or less good on all of these. Yeah. Forget about that. And, well, they all play him as a central defender. They all more or less pay 12k of a loan fee. We will accept all of these offer, that's good. In his case, this offer is too low. I don't like this at all. So I don't know what's going on here. I do not want you. We'll reject this. It's too low, monetarily speaking. And we will accept all the unresponded offers, because 12k is fine. So, in case those two players go out on loan again, that will net us 24k immediately. Not bad. There's a few players that have returned. I might look into this at some point. So he dives into tackles. His contract also runs out. He's wanted by other clubs at the end of his contract. Might as well offer him to them. Or does he have an extension clause? Yeah, no, he doesn't. And I don't think we want to keep him around. He's just too bad. He's just too bad. Rinaldi. Will you return today or what's gonna happen? Yeah, he returns today. Okay. And we will not have Afandi with us, sadly. So we can use another center back. Center back and a right back. I don't want to overspend on another player. Who the hell are you? Oh yeah, sure. There's offers for Rinaldi immediately. Well, not immediately. At the end of the season, is it? They offer €0 and apparently this got accepted automatically. Sure, let him go. There's also other players like Sumardi. Would somebody be willing to sign Sumardi, maybe? Preferably somebody that's stupid enough to pay for him, actually. Because I don't want to play him here. Hida Yotala will be around. Abidin will probably stick around. Iskander might remain here. I want to get rid of him. I would be perfectly willing to part with him on a permanent basis, actually. But as long as he earns the club money, sure. Goes somewhere. Ramadan, I'm not so sure about. Putra will need to leave, for sure. The only question is, does he need to go to the affiliate club or can we loan him out to somebody else? I don't even care about his playing time. Sekipto Permana. Permana's the one that plays way out of trouble. I want to get rid of him too. He's 16 years old though. I don't know. I guess I could try to get rid of him on a permanent basis. Who cares? Bozzy needs to play. And he will not play with us given that he argues with officials. He probably won't lose it either. Well, maybe somebody comes in with a reasonable offer. Haryanto will remain. Suleiman is not somebody that I want to keep around. That said, loan is probably better. And Chris Karoff will remain. For the rest of them, I'm not so fond of Solistio. But on the other hand, Right now, Celestia is the best we can do on the left defensive central defender side. So, given that the other one said no. So maybe we'll keep him and even play him from time to time. Sharon Nallot will probably tell me that it's not good enough under any circumstance. Because we want to progress and not go down. And not going down usually goes along with defending well. Mika Billion would probably tell me just to score an additional 30 goals. Why not? Kafi might go out on loan. And that saves us some of the wages. So we will not play him anyway. Nobody else is interested in him. He won't play there either. But it saves us some of the wages. And who knows, maybe he develops for some random reason. So we'll accept this. Get out. And Gunavan left his agent. Who are you? And, well... You are a really bad ball-winning midfielder. Reminds me of Putra. An 18-year-old though that is outspoken on top. Okay, great. He's listed for loan already. I think we tried to get rid of him. Gunavan. It's not part of the sample that we tried to get rid of. He has the potential to be a League 2 defensive midfielder at some point. Not if he remains with us. Don't care. And please give me money for him. The ones that get loaned out for 12k per season, that's a decent amount of money for us, I think. That's a reasonable deal. Alright. They would pay his wages at least. No additional fees though. I guess that would be okay. I mean, it's better than paying the wages ourselves. That's just 80%. Let's go back for a second. So we will decline this offer. And we'll accept this one. These are all League 4 clubs anyway. He won't play there. He will not make it to League 3. He's just there to waste my time. But it barely costs us anything. And if for some random reason he, I don't know, develops all of a sudden, then we will have a chance at earning some money on him. Hell, we might earn some money on him if we sell him for 500 euros. I wasn't aware that all of the loan deals finish now. I guess I found out throughout the stream. It's not that bad though. So we have additional squad management coming up. And well, for some of them we might need to find a permanent new stay. That or they will be stuck with us for the remainder of the season, of the next one. But I guess we can always push them towards our affiliate. I don't know how this goes though. They do not have to play them if I recall correctly. So just putting them there, yeah. They're still on our wage bill. Not, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, let's find out immediately, will we? Can we quit this and find out how to put Putra towards our own affiliate? Because Putra will not be used by anyone. Nostian. His jumping reaches 5. His heading is 8 though. That's not that bad. But it's not like we need to sign him anytime soon. Where's Putra again? Here. Would we be able... Move to affiliate, yes. We can try to at least. So we'll take him from the loan list. And then we'll say move to affiliate, Bontang FC. He earns 60 euros a week. The optional contract extension we won't trigger. Well, the entire season, please. Okay, play. Yeah, he can play against the own team. Possession to be played in, central defender preferably. Preferred role, central defender. Okay. And apparently this is the maximum duration. So we will offer him out like this. And they consider him a youngster too, by the way. So he might make it to the pitch at one point. Well, that's not perfect, but it's perfect. Get lost. Good luck developing. And yes, game time is very important to your development. In particular, getting rid of that trait. Just trying to reduce the wage bill right now. Okay. We will join them for 10 months, and afterward we will just try to extend this or find somebody else to take him in. What's the wage bill again? 11.4. Still trying to reduce this. So now Kafi is out on loan. So we will push him back to the under 18s, formally speaking. Nobody will come and offer for Samardi though. Can we try to move him to the affiliate too? Let's get him away from here. And we will try to move him to the affiliate in hopes that they play him sometimes. He is a decent finisher, so why not? Here you go. You can have him in any position you want. They propose he would be deemed surplus to requirements during his loan spell at the club. So same as with us. In that case, don't do that. Because he wouldn't play anyway. Yeah, in that case, we're still trying to offer him out for loan, I guess. Without any additional money, just pay his wages, please. Surplus to requirements. I guess. Havertz wins Footballer of the Year with Bayern. Okay. These two might move up to core social group at some point. They sure fit the personality. Are there players in the under 21s that need to be moved? Like, well, I guess Malik. But Malik will part with us anyway. Still available for 60k. Still susceptible to injury. I'm seriously considering buying him now. Yet again. I mean, he could be better, but he could also be way worse. Medical report says no. Performances say, well, not really. He's a bit slow. He is overall well-rounded though. Who did we get to play there? Yusuf? Did we find a signing for this position? We didn't, did we? We didn't. Nobody coming in for that position. And I sure as hell will not pay 60k for this. But if we continue to play him within our club, he will just develop here and then he will be gone at some point. So we might as well play one of our own youngsters. I do like the fact that he's spirited and a fairly consistent performer though. And it's true, I am interested in transfer. Oh. Well, the time away from training pitch seems to do him some good. It's not really development though, is it? There's barely any to speak of, given that he played the first league. Could have done much better. No, that's... We need to find an alternative. I don't know what or whom, but we need to find an alternative. That's what all the trialists are for, right? Well, he won't be the alternative, that's for sure. Nordin. Nordin is a great name. Don't care about the skills, we will sign him for the name. It's also fairly pro. And level-headed, which I very much like. Thing is, this is League 4 level, so... at best. Not really. Ritzal Adam. He's a left back anyway. And then there's this guy. Okay. He plays short, simple passes. Alright. Does not dive into no, he dives into tackles. Aggression and tackling are fine. He has some strength. Okay. He runs with ball rarely. He has 2 points of dribbling, so I guess that's a plus. And he refrains from taking long shots, which he's no good at anyway. So far so good. 24 years old, very low susceptibility to injury. He's with Borneo. He went down with Borneo. He's not a good player overall, it seems. I'm not convinced. Not at all. His contract runs until the end of the year. No, of the next season, so that will not happen. Well, we can loan him, but I don't think it will happen. So I guess we have a look at the remainder of League 1. Can't we scout those? Okay. Oh, it would be too expensive for the club to scout their team. Sure. Sure. Still need a right back, still could use a left back. Did we sign somebody on a left back? None of these is a left back. Still need a left back. That's all. This is impossible to pay, I think. He's also Brazilian, so fuck that. He's Indonesian. Happy to pay for the scouting. And Mr. Steinke here, Michael Steinke, which is obviously a very Indonesian name, apparently. Oh, he's German, actually. So that makes sense. Yeah, we'll scout him too. He comes with acceleration and pace, so that's not bad. And he's wanted on transfer, well, as a transfer by a lot of people, so not bad. Let's also have suggestions for a free transfer, not available. There's 2 more at the end of their contracts. Permana. I think we had a look at him at some point. He's being scouted right now. And Adriano, who is being scouted right now too. Would you be willing to come in on trial, man? Like, your contract runs out anyway. Same with Permana. Come on, come in on trial. We also need a right back still. So I guess we go with recommendations here too. We can also ask for general loan recommendations maybe. Or not. Currently that's not how it works. So how about a free transfer for a striker? Say, line forward. Ah. Yeah, well, a poacher, he knows, of course. He really is a poacher. Marcelo Santos, 30-year-old Brazilian again. What's it with the Brazilians and you? You really like them, don't you? Mauricio from Coimbra, also Brazilian, with a mere release clause of 34 million. And Marcus Moser. 7.5 million only. Yeah, sure. Chardell. I think we know about him. I also know that I don't want to pay him. Maybe one of those will work. And if worst comes to it, well, I guess the youngster plays as a right back. Who knows? It wouldn't be the first time that I go into a season with somebody with, I don't know, 2.5 silver stars in a position and all of a sudden he develops. And it's just fine. Not in fullback position though, most likely. That really is unlikely to happen. Okay, all of these bits got rejected. Simon Yontak's trial ends tomorrow. He's listed. His medical report is totally fine as far as we're aware. He's probably the same as Abdullah, if we compare him. These will not do. Malik will go. Abdullah is the only one left and he's hurt. So we bring in another Indonesian that might do in this position. And it's recommended that we make a formal bid for him Well, how much are we willing to offer? 30k? No. I will not offer 30k for him. I have a better idea. I will pay his wages for the season. That's fine. We'll loan him. Oh. An option to buy him for 40k. How about we remove that? Loan will end 5th of May, 32. Let it end 5th of June. Just to be sure. We can end it earlier, right? Let's make sure we can. And apparently they don't need monetary contribution for this. So that's good. They definitely want us to have an optional future fee. But optional should imply that we do not need to buy him, right? That's how it works. We'll include a clause for, say, 20k. Go down to squad player. They accepted this. They don't care. What about 30? If the deal becomes permanent. Just a loan move. We will not offer for him. We will also not offer for him, I think. This is really sad. He has good personality overall. He's just not good enough. I should go manage the League 4 team. And none of these is any good. Well, he's rubbish. Sorry, man. And you won't be good enough either. You are going on a loan move, and apparently they pay good money for you. This is perfect. Good luck, sir. He's thrilled. Amiruddin, yeah, he will never make it to the first team with us. Not with Iberi around anyway. He's got the personality, to be fair. Okay. He's out. He might come in, and then we might offer 40k for him at some point, which will not happen. But it solves the affair for this season. And we do not pay him. I also want to compare him to Malik. Where's Malik? Just needed to remember the name right now. Yeah, so he's, I guess as a defender he might be a slightly bit better than Malik. I will not have my hopes up though. He's basically the same. He's a bit more flexible. We can play him as a defensive midfielder if worst comes to it. And, well, playing short, simple passes and not running with the ball and stuff might just work for him. Iman Putra will... Will they pay for him? They pay his wages? Really? Well, it doesn't matter. If they pay his wages, I will be absolutely excited. Playing wage percentage, unused wage percentage. Both says they pay his wages. Let's have a look at this again. Because in this case, we will absolutely loan Samardi out. They can pay his wages too. What's his name, Samardi? I'm not even sure about it. They pay his wages. I'm so happy with this. So I guess Samardi... No, where are we? Here. Forget about everything we did here. You will go to the affiliate club too. For as long as we can. And they can play you however they want. I don't care. Well, if we offer them enough crap players, they might go down to League 3 though. So that's probably not a good idea. Muhammad Putra. Mr. Sanusi. Seems naturally fit, okay. His crossing is somewhat acceptable too. I wouldn't want him to do much crossing. Dives into tackles. Well, good luck with that. Putra, let's put him down to the under 21 so we don't see him anymore. He belongs there anyway. And, well, that means that there are a lot of players down here that might make it, like Hartono. That might just go towards our affiliate club if they pay the wages for all of these. That's really great. Then they can pay them and they can play him. And if they don't play him, well, they can only pay them. What do I care? Maybe we pay the players through some other manner. I don't know. Alright. I think I will wrap up the stream now for today. This will probably take a while. So next time out we will just skip through off season, I guess. And yeah. I'm hoping to see you all on Monday? Monday even. If I don't do another accidental stream tomorrow, which will contain more of this. So, whatever. Anyway, have a nice weekend and we will see each other soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.